Hello, hello, welcome to Talk Football Live. We have a big crew with us today. No Ayo, no Biodun, they're all on sabbatical, both on sabbatical, still celebrating Arsenal's victory. But we have Cincy, DG, and UD. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah,
Doing
I'm
good,
doing all
doing
right,
good,
man. How are
feeling
you?
good, feeling great.
Great,
Good to
great,
be
great.
here.
Today we have all the folks with their nicknames. Nobody came with their real name today except me. But it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, we're in the World Cup fever. We're not doing football teams or clubs right now. It's strictly countries. And I know you guys have watched the first round of World Cup games. How have you guys seen them? Since how's it been like the first round of World Cup games?
So far, so good. I think it's been good. It's been living up to the expectation. I think the quality of the games have been very good. Especially for the African teams. I've actually been very proud of the African teams. I think they have showed up and they've showed up organized, showed up strong, and showed up to be the weakest link as we used to normally
The
be.
underdogs.
So it's good to see good football. Good to see the legends, the superstars putting up, strong numbers from the beginning. Messi scoring that trick. Haaland with the double, Mbappe with the double, Kane with the double. And it's also good to see teams like US as well
Stepping up, yeah.
finally playing some good football. They have Pochettino as their manager, and I think I won't be surprised if US goes far in this tournament. They have a very strong striker now,
Yep.
which they're raving about now. So they're excited about him. Balogun.
Yeah.
So that is definitely a good story there. And so far so good. We have not really experienced any upsets, even though we've seen a couple of draws like the Spain,
Mhm.
Cape Verde draw, which was unexpected,
The
but we've not
Portugal,
really seen any
Congo.
unexpected loss.
Yeah.
So I think the competition has been playing to its hype, but because of the increase in the numbers, I was kind of worried that the quality of the games
Drop.
would kind of be on the lower side. But for some weird reason, especially those Arab speaking countries like Iran, Iraq, those guys have actually put up a
Yep.
fight. Their games, I like their approach. Even when they are down, they still want to get back in the game. They still believe they can win. So I like that energy that I've been seeing. So there's a lot of competition going on, and I think it's going to be an interesting World Cup. So far so good. I think the best is yet to come, but it's slowly building up that
That
momentum.
momentum. Yeah.
As we can see. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yudi, what about you? What has been your takeaway in the past 1 week that we've been on this?
I like since this summer a lot. I would say there have been some shock results. Spain is a big shock.
But they didn't lose
Spain.
now,
I
so
think
it's still
I well, but I mean, you expect them to put away Cape Verde,
yeah.
right? You don't expect that Cape Verde would give them the kind of problem that it did. I would say that's the biggest upset that we've had so far. The shock of the USA being good, but Puch is a talented manager, been to the UEFA Champions League final, so clearly he has what it takes
Mhm.
to carry this team far. Um, I think the expanded teams is creating a new dynamic that's interesting. You're seeing teams that normally wouldn't get a chance. You're seeing continents that normally wouldn't get as many countries in the
Yep.
competition, and that mix of a lot more positions to continents that usually won't show up is creating some unpredictability, right? Because usually we're used to seeing European teams be highest in number and then smaller subset of all the other continents, and they dominate because of their number. But now that it's more balanced, right? You're seeing a lot more from continents, and they're showing that they can do it. They can do the work, right? So it's interesting. I found the first game week very interesting. I think as the competition builds, right, when things start to settle in, when we get teams of equal standing, like in the next round or outside the group stage, you start to see where the class separates teams out. But now everyone is just kind of feeling themselves out, kind of just getting that team chemistry for the competition going. So it's a good first match day. With the last game starting right now, I expect Colombia to take this one, but it's a good first match day. We'll see how it
Okay.
goes.
Fair, fair. You mentioned something about US. You said shock that US was good, something like that. And did you? I'll come to you. I'll come to you with this because I don't think I was shocked US was good. Because I think US. I feel like because they are dominant in most other sports. Like if you look at the Olympics, US, they do well in a lot of the sports, except maybe football/soccer. Do you think, Digi, this question is for you. Now that the US is showing signs, this first game showed that and they've got a foreign coach and it shows that they have the talent. Do you think US can get to the level of the European teams in World Cup in maybe the next 3, 4, 5 World Cups? Considering they've spent money on other sports and they're doing really well, do you think football can get to that level?
Yeah, I would say yes because from the feedback I've been seeing online, like I said, there's no official data to back this up. But
Mm-hmm.
from what I'm seeing, a lot of from my own perspective, a lot of NBA accounts, accounts that I follow for other sports are
Mm-hmm.
really interested in the World Cup, and I could see a lot of shock to them when they are able to learn a lot of culture, European cultures about football. Like they are really enjoying the interaction with the fans, the chants, and so it's something that I see that this particular World Cup um, is going to influence the way the US see the game,
Mm-hmm.
and it will have more influence if, let's say, for example, the US get to the quarterfinal, or let us even imagine they get to the semi-final. Then it's something that will bring a lot of parents, a lot of colleges, a lot of schools to probably start looking at programs that can put their students on the forefront. Because one of the good things about the American sports is that the schools, the educational system, pride themselves in the number of people or athletes that the school can produce. For
Mm-hmm.
example, you hear them saying in the Olympics, oh, the US accumulated over like 90 medals. Then you see schools like Stanford saying our students, our scholars is probably amassing like 20, 30 of those medals. Then you
Yep.
hear Harvard saying theirs and everything. So I feel the success of this World Cup is something that will translate to the success of the game in the
In
US
the Euro.
system. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm looking forward to it. The advantage about it, because people were like, "Oh, US did something like this 1994. There was no difference or something,"
Yeah.
and my defense was the social media was not at the highest level of information then
It was
compared to now.
non-existent. It was non-existent in
Yeah.
1994 anyways.
So
Yeah.
and we are we are in the age right now that practically you can learn anything and see anything online.
Yeah.
So this information is out there, and it's something that the US culture, the environment is embracing, and I'm sure that it will really reflect on memories.
Okay. Fine. Fine. And I want to ask UD a question because he's the one that brought up the US comment that shocked good performance. But before I even ask you, UD, let me ask you, Cincy. Since UD said he was shocked the US performance was that good. Two questions for you, Cincy. Were you shocked? And do you think US was that good, or do you think Paraguay was bad?
So, um, good questions. I think I was shocked by by the performance when they hired Pochettino. I knew America was taking a different direction this time around. So Obviously,
Mhm.
the old saying goes, if you keep doing the same thing and you expect this different results, then obviously you must be stupid or something. But the fact that they've gone a
Yeah.
different direction this time around, I expected us to see a different US. But what I would say was, I personally, and I even think Paraguay themselves, they were surprised by the
Yeah.
performance.
Yeah.
They did not expect that kind of energetic performance from the US. They didn't think they had it in them. So for me, it was a surprise, and because they played good football for 90 minutes. I've never seen America play soccer for 90 minutes. And I think that's probably one of their best games. I mean, not even just World Cup, one of the
Outright.
best games I've ever seen ever in my ever watching their games. So yeah, for me, of getting that European experience coach, because I felt like if they had got, I don't know if an American coach would have had the
Mm-hmm.
insights to bring in a player like into into the game, because he
Okay.
wouldn't know much about what is going on in Europe, right? He would be more restricted to. And if you look at it, this is actually one of the first times that they've actually gathered so many foreign, players that are playing overseas in one team. A lot of those guys play European football, so they play competitive football. So yeah, makes sense to see them play that way.
Okay. And you did to you. Why were you shocked by the performance?
So watching the US, I've watched the US play competitive competitions for a while, right? It's not, I live here, I've lived here for a long time. So it's not the first time I'm seeing them play. And there's a level of expectation you have. You're like, the US, they have a solid economy, they have a solid foundation for anything sports,
Mm-hmm.
and they have the infrastructure to always show up. But I would say the expectation level wasn't matching with what I was seeing. So it over exceeded my expectation level. And where they did that in particular, that made me raise my eyebrow, like, oh wow, this is a serious contender in this competition, was on the team chemistry side. And it
Okay.
points to exactly what Sense is saying is they've never shied away from bringing in players based in Europe. I think they've always had a preference for local based player, or they've never had stars outside of the US to the level at which they have today. At least been deliberate about getting them out and recruiting them back into the national team. Right? They've kind of favored local based players, whether it's by virtue of not having enough stars outside in Europe or wherever, or just by virtue of not the exposure or recruiting to get those players from wherever they are. I think now they actually have stars outside, right? And it's not that the stars outside are, the best player wherever they are.
Mm-hmm.
They've just come up with a level of performance that is European-esque, right? It's like you're watching an European team play European football, but it's really the USA playing America in America. And I think that's the Pochettino effect, right? It's a coach that knows what to tell the players and give them the right instruction to execute. And it's a level of players that have that global world standard experience. And them now bringing all that together and having that drive, that energy, that synergy, like really team chemistry plus the physicality to match it. That's what raised my eyebrow. Like, wow, this is a team that's ready to compete, right? So we'll see how well they carry that throughout the competition. We'll see what happens when they meet, you know, caliber opposition, right? An European team that's in the top 10 or top 15 even, or top 20. We'll see how well they fare against those kind of countries. But for right now, I would say they have the right mix of strength and talent, which is what I think wins this competition is strength, really like physicality. And US athletes have always had that. But I think what this particular set of players have is the mentality along with that physicality. And then they are now talented on top of it. So we'll see what that mix of magic does for the US this time around. And never doubt the fairy tale story. So they're
Right.
hosting it for the first time in how long, and things could happen. Things could happen.
32 years. Yeah, it's a very long time. Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Nice intro. So we'll jump into predictions. We're going on round two of predictions. When we did round one, you all were not here. It was just myself, Ayo, and Biodun. So I haven't gotten your prediction of who's going to win the World Cup. In your opinion, we also like to know how far you think the US will go based on the performance you already saw in the first game. But before we get into all that, let's run through predictions real quick. So for predictions, we're just gonna go through the round two of predictions. Okay, so we will be starting with Czechia, South Africa. So I'm just tell me if it's a win or a draw. You can give me one or two statements on how you think or why you think that result will be. Starting with you, Cincy. Czechia, South Africa.
Uh,
Our African
Again, I
brothers,
don't
South
expect South
Africa.
Africa. I don't expect much from South Africa. I saw their first game, very low quality, low performance. And Czech seems to be very, very organized. So I would definitely tip them for a win here. Czech
So
for
you
a
don't
win.
think South Africa can just switch it around and rise up?
I don't think so. Not from what I saw. They could barely spring a pass together. They could barely just put an attack together. It just looks like they were playing Sunday night football league.
Okay. Okay, fair. All right, DG. Switzerland, Bosnia, and Herzegovina.
Mhm. What game is that one? Sorry.
Switzerland, Bosnia, and Herzegovina.
Uh, so that have Scotland, right? I can barely hear you.
No, Switzerland. Can you
Okay.
see the screen?
Versus Scotland.
Switzerland versus Bosnia and
Group
Herzegovina.
B, Group B.
Okay. Uh, I will. I will give it to Switzerland because they they will definitely they're like the better team and go with them. They have better players that can probably just win by a slim margin, probably let's say 1-0 or something, 1-0, 2-1, and but definitely Switzerland for that.
So, okay. I think Edin Dzeko may start this game. I don't know if he was fully fit in the first game. That's why he didn't start. But if he starts this game, I think that results may not be the way DG is thinking. Anyways, next will
Nah,
be, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Coast,
okay.
Canada versus Qatar. Canada, I think, I want to say they tried in the first game, or they tried to try, but I just think I think they have something in there. I mean, they have Alfonso Davies, who is the main star, and I think he can produce something for them. He's a defender, but he does attack. So I think I can give Canada a win in this game. I think it's very possible. I'm gonna call it Canada wins this game. Mexico, South Korea.
Yeah.
You do.
Uh, I'm looking at this one and thinking it's going to be a tight game. You know, both teams came ready to play the competition. I think South Korea they did well to get that win late in the game. But I think that home crowd will carry Mexico through to get that win. And I see them really, taking control of that group with that win.
Okay, fair. But if South Korea wins, would you be
It's gonna
surprised?
be a tough one. It's
I
gonna
won't be
be a tough
surprised,
one.
but I just think that home crowd helps them get across the line. I don't expect it to be a blowout, but I think comfortably sitting on 6 points with
Okay, makes
two teams
sense.
that haven't won anything. Right, two red cards for South Africa is what I think makes it hard for them to compete tomorrow. Right, and if Czech wins, they would only be on 3 points. So I see Mexico taking control by winning this game. It'll be a tough game, but I think that home crowd advantage with the expectations on those players, they'll play their hearts out and get the win.
Okay, fair. We can all jump on USA Australia. I saw what Australia did in first game. There were Turkey kind of. I had there were rumors of the players talking before the game, saying Australia they ain't got it, but Australia came and proved them wrong. Against the USA, now what I saw from me, I want to predict a draw, but what I saw from USA, they keep that momentum up. I think they may actually win all the games in this group. But I'll call a USA draw. Cincy, what do you think? A USA
I
win,
think
sorry. I'll call a USA win.
okay. So I think this is going to be a good test.
Yeah, against Australia, yeah.
Yeah, I think this will be a good test for US.
It will. It will.
Yeah, and again, Australia has this very fast striker. Is it Rakonda or whatever his name is? So they have to be very, very. US has to be very, very careful of that guy.
Careful.
But like you said, I think if US shows up with the same energy and the same momentum, the same
Mm-hmm.
football, the same idea, the same forward thinking, I think they might just be a little bit too much for Australia. I saw some lapses against Australia with Turkey. Yeah, even though they won that game, I felt like Australia is the kind of team that if you push them, they will play low block.
Mm-hmm.
If you attack, if you push them, they will defend a bit too much, and I think they will eventually concede. So I think if
Concede, yeah.
US can press them and peg them back, I think they have a better chance of winning that game. So
Okay.
my hats to US on this one.
All right, DG, you seem like you are disagreeing.
uh, if since it says that because US will be at home, then I will agree because only few teams have really impressed me apart from the big guns,
Mm-hmm.
and it's South Korea, Japan, Australia, New Zealand. They've really, as in, these are teams that when you watch their game, you will see the level of technicality. They might
Mm-hmm.
be lacking the top star, like saying have Mbappe, the Hurricane or something, but these are people that can actually shock you. And since he was right with the fact that if you see the game against Turkey, Turkey was just unlucky. Like a lot of missed chances and everything. But I will still say, well, this second game with a win for the US will definitely convince me better that they are really good for it, because that
Mm-hmm.
first game is like opening ceremony. Everywhere is high. They are ready to impress and everything. I was shocked that the players were running all through and they were like
Yeah.
pressing, good pressing. But if you see a team that can actually beat the press, how do you adjust to that? So I think it's something for us to learn from. Yeah, US is having like, let's say, 60% because they are home.
Mm-hmm.
They are playing in front of their fans. However, this is the World Cup. You might have like 70% of the fans, and the opponent might just have like 25 with neutrals and everything, and they will still win. So
Yeah.
that's just my take on that.
Okay. UD, USA,
Yeah.
Australia. You agree?
Um, from what I saw, I didn't watch the Australia game like beginning to end. I saw glimpses here and there. It was very late at the time. But from what I saw in the US, right, Australia is going to be more technical than their first opponents. They're gonna come with something different, right? They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
come with and the ability to hit them on the break. Um, but I think I think the US will still pull through. I think their
Okay.
ability to play between the lines. You saw a few balls directly to the box from the wingers and from Pulisic taking down the wing on the left and then being in the middle. And then when the subs came on, even after Balogun went off, you still saw them play the same way. So I think the US have a playing style that can break Australia down. I feel like the risk is on the counter. That's how they considered in the last game, and I think that that's still the risk that they may face. But because Australia is very technical, but I think the US have the players to get the job done, playing through the lines. I think Dest and Robinson are big difference makers for the US. That Dest was impossible to stop in that first game. Same with Robinson. We know Robinson from Fulham. If you play fantasy, you know he's the assist king. He's always there, always
Yeah.
ready, and he's always able to get you an assist when you need it. So I think the US have what it takes to beat Australia, and I think they'll get the job done.
Okay. Seems like we all agree on that, except DG is kind of like iffy about it.
Yeah.
He needs this game to convince him that US is ready for the World Cup. But yeah, we'll keep it moving and we'll reconvene after the second round of games. Scotland, Morocco. DG, you can take this one. You mentioned Scotland earlier, so it seems this one is meant for you.
Is it me?
Yeah. Scotland, Morocco.
Okay, Scotland, Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
My internet, I can barely hear you. What game?
Scotland, Morocco.
Yeah,
You got it
Scotland,
right.
Morocco, you got it.
Group C.
We can hear you. Just speak. Yeah.
Right now. Okay, what game? If it's Scotland, Morocco, then I'll give it to Morocco. But because don't underestimate Scotland. They did a lot of hard work to be here. Morocco is really good. They are sticking with it with very good players, but don't underestimate Scotland. So I'll just probably go for 2-1 Morocco.
Okay. Fair. Yeah, Morocco did well against Brazil to stop Brazil, the highest winner of World Cups, 5 compared to other countries that have 4 or less. So it was very impressive. So yeah, I'm not surprised you're giving it to Morocco. Brazil, Haiti, UD.
I think Brazil finally wake up and
Blowouts.
come to the competition. I won't say blowout. I wasn't impressed with Brazil's first game. Honestly, they look like
And that was a
They look
warm-up
like-
game now.
yeah, they look like they were trying to figure out what to do real time.
time.
I think the squad they've assembled is shocking considering that they're Brazil. We're used to seeing big name players pop up everywhere, but the starting 11, there's no standout star on the field except for Vicinius, and he's not doing what he needs to do because the results are not showing that they can do it yet. But stars like this, you only need a moment, right? So I think they get it done against Haiti because of individual talent. But so far, they haven't shown up. I'm expecting Grimaresh to show up. I'm expecting. I think my biggest fear with Brazil today is that the left back and right back that they've taken to this competition are not the level that we've seen usually. Usually, we see left back and right back that are dominant in Europe.
Yeah.
And so far, only Gabriel on that back line and Becca and the goal look like, the top talents. So that defense is very shaky. I don't expect Haiti to capitalize on it, but also that's a watch out for the rest of the competition is that defense is not at the level that I would expect for Brazil. So I expect them to get it done tomorrow, but for the rest of the competition, they're very shaky right now. They need more talent to display themselves on the field.
Gotcha. Okay, fair. Turkey, Paraguay, both teams lost their first game, so this is a do or die affair for them. They both need to win to have a glimmer of hope to get into the next round. Cincy, what are your thoughts?
I think this one I'll give it to Turkey. I wasn't too impressed with Paraguay. I don't think they are the same team they used to be. Especially with the way they played against the US. Which goes back to the question you asked me. If Paraguay was just that bad, I think it's a combination of both. US stepped it up, and Paraguay was just terrible. They were not ready. So, and I think Turkey were just a little bit unlucky against Australia. So I expect them to try and grab a win here just to kind of give them a chance to qualify for the next round. So I give it to Turkey on this one.
Okay. Wonderful. Great. Now, as we move on, we're going to be having some heavy hitters face each other. Next on the lineup is Netherlands, Sweden. Sweden, both need the win just to, they need, everybody needs to win in this group stages anyway. So, UD, I'll give this one to you. What do you think would happen?
Yes.
Netherlands were disappointing in the first game, so focus on that.
Well, Netherlands were disappointing, but they have the team to get the job done. Japan is tough. Japan is not an easy easy team to play,
Thank
right?
you.
Japan is a very very tough team to play. Japan is well organized. They shock opponents with how well organized they are, and they fight very very hard to the last whistle. Netherlands looked like they had it in the bag, right? And that equalizer came out of the corner. What you wouldn't expect for a Japanese team, right? Just based on history.
A
But it
header.
seems like they've put in the work, right? They've put in the work to be good at all areas of the game. So I think Netherlands put up a fight, but Sweden looks so good. So good. Isak and Grokeres together, oh my gosh. Like who who is gonna disrupt that move and force them to play just one striker? Because if both of them start and they play how they played the last game, we
Mhm.
may have a serious disruptor, like a dark, not a dark horse, but someone that could cause an upset post this group stage further into the competition. Um, Tight European fixture, both very technical, both good on both sides of the field, defensively and offensively. I think this ends in a draw.
In a draw. Okay,
In a
fair,
draw.
fair. A big one. Germany, Ivory Coast. What should I give that to? Did you can you hear me clearly?
Yeah,
Okay, Germany, Ivory Coast. What do you think?
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, Germany had it easy, so they are not yet tested. It feels like they will experience some tests in the first game, but they just keep plugging away. But Ivory Coast, one of the good things about Ivory Coast in their first game is that I I saw some memes and and they were like the memes were like the slowest Ivory Ivory Coast player is like the fastest person on that. Like they are running,
Okay.
they are chasing. So I will say is not going to be an easy one for Germany.
Mhm.
It will be an easy one. So I'll go for an upset here. Shocking, but I'll go for an upset because I am Ivory Coast is they they're like the team that is utilizing the wing play than most teams right now.
Okay.
They have good wingers. So I will definitely give it to them
Okay.
on this. A surprise.
When you said you go for an upset, you were expecting an upset. Cincy and UD had a reaction. I think they both nodded. Or maybe UD nodded and Cincy did not. UD, are you agreeing?
Uh, so before this World Cup, I guess previous World Cups, I've always supported Germany to do good because I think they've always had top talents and organization, right? They're an European team that always comes correct. They always get to either semifinals, quarterfinals. Rarely do they exit competitions before those stages. Um, I think against Ivory Coast, they play a more measured game. They don't go as all out as they did against Curacao, right? But I don't see, I don't see them being able to dominate the game,
Okay.
and I also don't see Ivory Coast being able to just pull off an upset. I think it will still be one on technicalities, and I think they have the technicality to get the job done. An upset will be interesting, but I can't see it. I see a close game.
So,
I
so,
see a
so
close.
you weren't nodding in agreement. You were
I was
shocked.
not. I was nodding that. Oh wow! Like this is a prediction. Wow! But I see a close game, but I don't see Ivory Coast pulling it off.
Okay. And just to confirm, Gigi, when you say an upset, you are saying Ivory Coast will win. Because a draw can be called an upset
Yeah,
sometimes. Okay.
yeah.
Cincy. Okay. Cincy, what do you think?
I mean, I think the upset is plausible. Ivory Coast
Okay.
is a very good team, and I think they have the speed and the strength to contain Germany again. But I think it's just going to come down, like Uji said, it's going to come down to technicality. But if Ivory
Mhm.
Coast wins, honestly, I'm not going to be surprised.
Okay, fair. Funny thing is, at the beginning of the World Cup, I was having a conversation with a friend who told me boldly that he believes Ivory Coast is the strongest African team in the competition right now. This was before the World Cup started, so he already called his prediction. Do you guys agree? And if you disagree, who do you think is the strongest
No,
African team right now?
is Morocco, Senegal.
So
Morocco,
you have to pick
Senegal.
one.
Nah,
You can't pick two.
I think Ivory Coast is pretty. Ivory Coast and Morocco for me, man.
You guys have to pick one. You're picking two. Who is the
No,
strongest African team
no.
right now?
To
Ivory
to
Coast.
to me, sincerely, is the strength of Senegal and Morocco.
You're
And
still you're still picking two teams.
yeah, because Senegal and Morocco is like a derby that's okay. I will not say a derby because it's gonna be a feature that Africa will experience in a long time, and from there we'll have some clarity, their strengths.
I mean,
But
based on the AFCON, we
but
already know Senegal is stronger. They won the
yeah,
AFCON.
yeah,
Uh,
no, and this is true. Morocco is also strong, very
I know.
strong.
I'm talking about
I
who is
think, I
stronger.
think, I think what really helps Senegal is a factor that sometimes we don't pay attention to, and that is money, the
Okay.
experience. Okay, the experience. If you notice, Morocco doesn't joke with Hakimi
Mm-hmm.
because that experience too is needed.
Yeah.
But even for Argentina that we are talking about right now, Argentina is technically playing for Messi, and
Mm.
that experience is there.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking yesterday, take away Messi's creativity and goals yesterday, probably Argentina would have won that game maybe by 1-0 or
Mm-hmm.
something. But I would say for now, I will go with Senegal.
Okay.
Then
Fair.
Morocco coming close,
Okay.
as in so close. Yeah,
Gotcha. You do you agree?
I think so. I think Senegal have that same chemistry, and fresh off the AFCON win, fresh off playing so many games together, all the way to the final. I think they just edge out every other team. Morocco is there too with them, but I think physicality wise, they just edge out that Morocco team, and that's a big factor in my
true,
opinion in this competition. Is if you're able to
true.
stay in the games for 90 minutes, you have a solid chance.
Okay. Since you agree with that also,
Yeah,
Senegal being the strongest.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Fair.
is Senegal being the
Well,
strongest? No. I don't think so. I think Ivory Coast is the strongest team.
That's
okay.
fine.
And you did say that actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think Africa is the strongest? Okay. We'll see. We'll see how far out of them go. Well, yeah. So back to predictions. Since we are on Ecuador, Curacao. Since
Ah,
this for you.
this one, I think this one, Ecuador wins this one. Curacao is just having a good time. They're just happy to be there. I see Ecuador, winning this one. But I don't expect to see another blowout, but at least a decent scoreline.
But if
Like three
Curacao can
zero.
score one against Germany, surely they can hold their own against Ecuador.
Mhm. We'll see.
We'll see. Okay. Fair.
Ecuador, Ecuador actually did so well against it's not Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ecuador is
Yeah.
not a
Yeah,
bad team.
like
They're not bad at all, man.
they had balls hitting the bar like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
So they are really good. They
Okay.
are really good.
Something to consider, right? Tunisia, Japan. UD.
Oh,
I think Japan take this.
Because
it,
they are one of your top teams, Abby.
Not
it's
my
not. I
top
think
team. I
they
I
are taking
just yeah,
this.
their organization will pay off. Their discipline will pay off, and I think they win this one easily.
Okay. All right. Next is Spain, Saudi. The only team that beat Messi's Argentina in the last World Cup, Saudi Arabia. They're back and they're facing Spain. Cincy, take this one for us, please.
I think Spain has to bounce back from this one. So, and another draw would be a severe damage to their World Cup hopes.
Yeah.
So I expect Spain to step it up. I mean,
Okay.
Saudi Arabia is not the Saudi Arabia of old. I think they're a little bit better now,
Mm-hmm.
but I think Spain will be too much for them. So I easily see a 2-0 here.
Okay. Fair. Fair. Belgium, Iran, DG.
Yeah.
Offset.
Stop.
I'm serious. I'm serious. Did you watch Iran's last game?
I did. I did. I did. I understand why you are saying
They're
upset.
actually good. They're actually good.
They are very
Belgium.
good.
So you think Iran
And
is going to beat Belgium?
yeah, for me, Belgium have the talent, but they've been disorganized for a long time since the golden age of their players is out. And if that team is still relying on Kevin De Bruyne right now, forget it. I'm telling
Okay.
you, Kevin De Bruyne is good. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like what we saw with England,
Mhm.
Croatia. Modric is good, but is not like
It's done.
before. Yeah, it's not like before. So I'm going for upset here. Iran to win 2-1.
That would be very interesting. Very interesting.
I can
Yeah.
say that too, man. But honestly, I think Belgium needs to start Lukaku. They look different with Lukaku playing.
Yeah.
When Lukaku
That's
came
Yeah.
in,
fair.
they look
That's
very
I
fair.
agree.
different, man.
They look
But
different for
but
sure.
to counter that, I've seen games where Lukaku started and he didn't do well. It is when it comes from the bench, that anger of being benched fires him up. No, for real. So
It's a good point,
That
man, and that causes players to run
they need a
around him.
point man. It doesn't necessarily have to be Lukaku though.
Yeah,
So the point is, I've seen games where Lukaku started and it was crap, and it comes from the bench like he did.
yeah, and he misses a lot of
Exactly,
chances for
it
them too.
came from comes from the bench and like he did in the last game, and he came in with fire. So I guess
I think he could try and do well in this World Cup because he's probably looking for a new club. I think something is really going on with Napoli by the end of
yeah.
season and everything. So I'm sure that you probably want to put on a show, then get a new club and everything. It's always
Mhm.
a Lukaku drama once in a while, and I think this summer is another one. It's just been maxed by the World Cup. But like I said, I'll still go with Iran because they have. It's just so surprising to see the technicalities of the Iran national team, the attackers, the
Mhm.
wingers, the way they they try to play like the Brazil that we know more than even Brazil with the Legovas, with the trying to do some skills and everything. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not surprised with upsets, and they are very good defensively.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. I can't wait to see that. That'll be very interesting. Uruguay, Cabo Verde. We know what Cabo Verde did against Spain. DG, do you think they can do it against Uruguay?
Uruguay has been poor. Yeah, you will be like, it's about to say upset again. And truly, I'll just go with this one for a draw because um, unless Uruguay can just squeeze it and just find their way to that win, Cape Verde is as in their lovely team, one of the love
Mm-hmm.
from the continent, and they are really good. There are teams that if we are not scoring, you are not scoring us. Them
Okay.
and DR Congo. If we can't score you, they were not conceding.
See that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'll probably go for a draw on this.
Fair, fair, fair. All right. Next is New Zealand, Egypt. Cincy.
Chris Wood.
The Chris
New
Wood
Zealand
DG did not
Egypt.
recognize.
Eh,
I didn't tell
this
you guys
my
a
this
story.
this this might
Digi
be.
sent a message to our FPL group chat saying, "Oh, that New Zealand number 9 is wonderful. It looks great." And we are like, "Which New Zealand number 9? Do you know who that is? Or you don't know who that is?" This is Digi that has won the FPL 2 years in a row. So we're investigating him right now because it seems like he's been using AI to play it. He didn't recognize Chris Wood.
I,
That's the story for another day.
Honestly, I
Since you
didn't,
what
I didn't
happened?
recognize him too at first. I was just like, who is
Oh,
Wood? I
come
said,
on,
who is
since you
that?
don't do that.
no, 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 no,
No,
no, no.
when I first saw, I just saw the back. I saw Wood. I said, wait, is that the
Thank
same?
you. No, see, you know what's funny? In the angles that I was watching the game and seeing him, even though I was sleeping that night, was that the camera was off him. But you just see a guy take up the ball to the chest and lay it down. And the next thing, that particular guy just was just taking the ball, dribbling, crossing. So I was so impressed with the fact that anytime they load up the ball, these guys, bam, chesting it. and Colombia just scored
Wow.
Uzbekistan. Yeah,
Yeah.
so oh,
Wow. That was a really nice goal. Route
and it's
one.
Munoz. Wow, that was nice. Um,
That was a nice goal. Route one. Wow. Wow. Wow.
yeah,
Yeah. But
let me just
anyway,
stop there.
back to this game.
Yeah,
This
Cincy,
one,
back to you.
I give Egypt this one. Egypt
You
Egypt needs
you
to
Yeah,
give
win
it
this
Gibbs.
game.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's the way DJ has hyped Chris Wood. He's like, no, Chris Wood will surprise you.
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
the
I
way,
think I want to comment on.
sincerely, one of the most surprising thing for me this tournament is New Zealand. And
I mean,
when I was watching that, game,
they've only played one game though, DG.
yeah, okay, okay. But in that one game, the constant running, the constant,
Mm-hmm.
they're really playing with a game plan. And watching New Zealand is like me watching. I won't exaggerate right now. Let me say Crystal Palace. Like you didn't expect New Zealand to play that organized football, the running and
Mm-hmm.
everything. So it's like we're saying we are surprised about the US also, but yeah. Since I said it's saying Egypt, I'll probably say oh maybe a draw, but
Okay.
yeah, let's see.
Okay. Fair, fair, fair. All right. The big shots. Mr. Messi versus Austria. UD.
Messi started well. It's competition, competition form. Um, there's a risk. There's a risk to relying on just Messi, but with that risk comes the ability for others to counter and take advantage.
Without
I
this came the reward of them winning it last time.
Yeah, it did, but as the competition grows, more teams will remember the Messi factor and start doing double marking and all these other things. He always seems to find a way, regardless of that. So
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
think there's an advantage to just having him in your team. Is that if they
Yeah,
focus too much on him, you get other wingers down the line, and you get the ball to them, and you're gonna have a chance. You're always gonna have a chance with Messi in your team. So I think they get by Austria. I think they're right now based on games played. I
Mm-hmm.
think they've just edged all the other teams that they've called as favorites. I think they showed that they are ready. They showed that they are still a team that have it put together. So I think right now they're gonna get through their group and they're gonna win all their games in the group stage.
Okay. Wonderful. France, Iraq. Cincy. Should we
Oh,
bother?
I think this one I call this one starts padding, man. Game for Mbappe. This is probably where Mbappe is gonna take
It's
his
gonna
golden boots award from. I expect him
okay.
to score a trick from this game. So yeah,
Even
there's no
considering how it was messing up chances in their first game.
nah. Trust me, not against Iraq, man. This one. I mean, he might even score four safe if they're not careful.
Okay. We'll not dwell too much on that. Norway, Senegal. Let UD take this one.
I give Senegal strength, but Norway is also good. They have Odegaard, they have Haaland,
That's
and
all they have.
well, they have a decent enough defense. I won't say it's the strongest, but they have a decent enough defense. I think this will be a hard game for both teams. I think Haaland poses a threat in the box, right? And it's easy to foul him. He's strong, but it's easy to foul him because he's so big, right? And you have to use force if you're trying to deal with someone that. And African teams just tend to get or fall prey to these big competitions and just being overly physical. It's
Okay.
like it's what is needed to win the game, and it's how we play. But somehow that tends to work against us. Um, I think the Haaland factor is something that will carry Norway in this competition, and I think they just edge out Senegal. I like Senegal. I think they're very strong, but I think they edge them out because it'll be a boxing match. They'll try and give each other blows, but I think set pieces and just that Haaland factor, being able to run in behind defenses and being very big and physical, but forcing the other side to respond to that physicality might play against them. So penalties are a watch out, and just being able to run in behind defenses are a watch out as well.
Okay. Fair, fair.
It's like
Jordan or
it's like
Jerry?
KDB Haaland a little bit with Odegaard being able to supply. So that's the thing I'm seeing that I'm like, if a really
Yeah,
good
yeah,
ball is
yeah.
played
That is an
and
important
Haaland is
factor.
right there, is you're gonna have to be really accurate to stop him, and you will succumb to physicality just based on his size.
Okay. Jordan or Algeria, Gigi, that's yours. What do you think?
Algeria winning. Algeria,
Just
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Algeria is
Yeah,
winning.
this is welcome to the big boys league for Jordan. This is their first World Cup season.
Yeah, I know, I
Yeah,
know.
Yeah, they'll
There's some
probably
games we shouldn't
go
spend
ahead
too
and
much
learn
time on
from
that.
that.
yeah.
I'm sorry?
I said they'll probably go back and learn from that and be there in the next 4 years.
Okay. Fair, fair. All right. Portugal, Uzbekistan. Since is this start padding too?
I don't know about start party. No, Uzbekistan is not. They are pretty decent, but I think this might be an opportunity for Ronaldo to put his name on the scoreboard. But again, I think Ronaldo, Portugal is also suffering from that Ronaldo factor currently. So, and I think the problem for me, I think, is the coach. I don't think they have. I don't. Martinez is not really the greatest coach out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think a very good coach will be able to figure out how to use Portugal and how to use Ronaldo effectively to bring something out of them. So seeing Portugal still kind of playing like they don't know what direction, playing like they are confused. I think everything leans back to the manager, not Ronaldo. He needs to figure it out. But I think this is an opportunity for Ronaldo to get his name on the score sheet. So yeah,
So you
Portugal for the
don't think
win.
the solution is benching Ronaldo?
I
Nah,
don't think that's the solution. I think the
nah.
solution is because think about it though. Who else on that team has the experience to score than him? I don't think anybody else has the experience he has, at that big stage. And I think the problem is finding a way to make it work. If you give Ronaldo good opportunities, he's going to score them. If you look at the game, he barely get any opportunity, and that's because I feel like Portugal couldn't figure out what they wanted to do. Really. So I don't think that was a Ronaldo problem. I think this was a coaching problem. I think it was a coaching problem. Who
How
doesn't
would
know
you
what he's
fix
doing?
it?
If when
How
you
would you
have the
fix
likes
it
of
if
Bruno
you were the coach?
Fernandes, Vitinha, and Neves, they needs to find a way to make those midfield find a way to create for Ronaldo. He has to find a way to use Bruno the way United used him. How can I find how can I use Bruno in a way that he can open up and find spaces for Ronaldo? Because Ronaldo will always make those runs, But
Mm.
unfortunately, Ronaldo cannot make a run if there's no need for him to make a run. So I feel like when I was watching their game today, they were passing around. They had at one point they had like 80% possession at one
Mm-hmm.
point, but nothing was happening. They had zero shot on goal. So that speaks volume. It
And I
means that
think
nothing is
go no
happening.
go ahead, go ahead.
No,
You
no,
you
yeah,
I think we
I'm
should all
just saying that.
comment
Yeah,
on this
I
thing.
think it's a coaching problem.
is
Yeah,
laughing. I know you has something to say.
I I,
No,
I,
let DJ go first.
I was gonna say one since I talked on it, the coach. Then secondly, I think the only assurance that I have right now for the future is the midfield. Like that is the only stable position that they have right now.
Mm-hmm.
The wing play is dying, and I don't think they have someone. You saw layout today. It was not it. It was not able
Okay.
to create anything for them, and that is one thing I was pointing out earlier regarding Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast have the wingers, they have the runners. Portugal does not have that. Ronaldo is trying to do a lot. Yeah, he has his faults, but there's a level that a player gets to right now, even with the faults, even when they're not playing well, you see trust that they will do something good for you in the game. So Ronaldo is in that stage right now, or at that stage right now. But Portugal, like since he said, the coach could not just find something to break down a low block, to bring out creativity. Because from what Sensei said earlier, if you have those three midfielders, imagine You have the player that has the highest number of assists in the Premier League. You have a player from that just won the Champions League. You understand? And
Two of them.
so you yeah, two of them.
Or three of them actually. No, Nuno Mendes included.
Oh, good, good. You have those players that are constantly playing attacking football. What is the restriction? What are you doing? What are you playing? So for me, the Portugal just need to change, and that's one thing you could see with England. Yes, we might complain about him not taking some players, fine,
Mhm.
but you could see the way England came out today for the second half. You could see the way the players are pushing. You could see the way they are driving.
Yeah.
That is European manager changing the culture of the English team. Just the way UD explained earlier, yeah, regarding the US. So I'll just put it that way that Portugal is having a lot of problem that they need to start trusting the young guns players. If they are not doing it in Nations League, then I don't know when they want to introduce them. Is it at the World Cup? I don't just know. The wing is dying. Someone like Koenda. Koenda is a player that since we got interested in Amorim, I started following Sporting. That guy is so good. But
Yeah.
they've been taking Koenda down to under 21 all this while. He played under 21 and he was one of the best players for the tournament. So what happened that you didn't check up? Bring
Yeah.
him to give him
But
something
well,
different.
in all fairness, though, I sorry to cut short. I agree with the comment, at least based on the first game, that Ronaldo may not be the issue, at least for that first game, because it's not as if they were throwing balls to him and it was messing them up. They were barely throwing those passes to him, anyways, compared to Mbappe in the first half. Mbappe was getting a lot of balls, he messed up before he eventually scored. So I may agree with that aspect. UD, I don't know if you have something to add.
I have a couple of points.
I know you are anti Ronaldo, but go ahead.
No, today's game. My criticism of Ronaldo is when he's in the game, like when he's present, it's almost like there's an expectation that the team plays for him. Whether or not that's what the team chooses to do, whether or not that's what the coach instructs them to do, he has a sense of authority that the team want to play for him. Did
Is
that
that not
happen
is
today?
that not how it is in every sport? The LeBron James, even Messi.
But
Is that not why they call Mbappe the victor?
the thing, the
But,
problem with
but
that,
that's the
the
same thing
problem
with
with
Messi,
that in
though.
this
That's the
team,
point.
the
It's
problem,
the same thing
But that's the
everywhere.
same thing with Messi, though.
and Messi delivers, right?
But, but, but,
Messi
but,
delivers.
what is your point
Messi,
exactly?
hold on,
But what is your
hold on.
point?
Hold
What is your
on. Let's
point?
get there. Let's get to the
We're
point.
getting to the heat of the moment.
Messi delivers because Messi is good at link up play. Messi goes.
Messi delivers or
Messi
not?
is capable
No,
of
no.
taking the ball
Messi,
from midfield
Messi
to
delivers
attack.
is
Messi is not
delivers on an
selfish in
alpha
the
point.
box and he creates opportunities for others. These are the
What are you
ways
talking
where
about
he
being
delivers
selfish?
and he distinguishes himself from Ronaldo.
This
Now,
guy, I
hold on. Let me
disagree.
finish my
Wait,
point. When I
let him
finish,
finish. Let
you
him
can
finish.
talk.
Let
When I
him
finish, you
I
finish.
can talk.
disagree.
Let him
Messi
finish.
distinguishes himself from Ronaldo in the way he plays. Ronaldo, the team playing for Ronaldo is not a problem. If Ronaldo delivers all the time. Today, that wasn't the case. That was not the case at all. The team, they
But he
didn't
didn't
try
get
to
it.
play
He
for him.
barely got a pass though. He barely got a
Yeah,
ball to
they didn't
deliver.
try to play for him today, but
Okay.
the problem is he also wasn't a factor, right? He didn't do anything on his own. Like when the team is not able to
Which
give
one is
Messi the
it?
ball, Messi actually
Which one
creates
is
stuff,
it now?
right?
Which one is it?
Hold
Did they
on,
try
I'm
to
not
play for him
done.
today
I'm
or did
not
they not
done.
try to
I'm
play for
not
him
done.
today?
I'm
Wait
not done.
now.
Let me
Since
finish.
he's not done. He's
Let
not
me
done.
finish.
But the
We're
guy
not
is
here to defend
perambulating up and
Ronaldo. We're
down.
here to ask why Portugal has not won a game.
No, because your statement is already being biased towards Ronaldo.
See, what happened today is classic. Is like they have too many blessings. Portugal, that's their problem. That's their problem right now. They have so many blessings and they don't have a coach that can bring out the best from them. That's the same thing DJ said. That's the same thing I'm saying today. They have players that on their own can make things happen across the field, right? Across the field. That's in defense. Cancelo can create like a madman. Vitinha can create. Bruno Fernandes won player of the season and Premier League for a reason. He has the highest broke the highest assist record this season for a reason. These are all creative players, right? The problem with having all these many creative players is no one really takes that ownership of the role, and then everybody tries to do the same thing. And it's like, who are you pointing to as the lead? They need to delegate. They actually need to delegate.
Well, you're saying the same thing since he said, though. When you say they need to delegate, the day is the coach.
The coach, yeah. I said today, I'm not blaming Ronaldo for anything. I was just giving a preamble of the difference between both of them. Because someone like Messi will see this kind of rubbish happening and he will take the leadership in the game. He will by himself carry the ball, ignore everybody else, get into the box, pass it to his teammates, and let them score, right? Or score himself. That's the difference. That he can change the game by himself without anybody doing any of the work. Today, when you have a Portugal team that is struggling, they have the talent, they have the ability, but they don't have the instruction and they don't have the delegation of roles and responsibilities. You see them, they are scrambled, right? Some of the creative players, sadly enough, need to come out the game and give just one or two people that responsibility and they go. So the team is balanced. So when people are defending, they are defending. When people are attacking, they're attacking. Not everybody trying to attack and nobody's in the box because everybody is a creative player trying to put the ball into the box. And in that sense, if you look at the lineup, right, he played 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1 is very conservative, we're new to the competition. Let's just get our players out there. We know that these are the players that can start. Let's put them on the field. It's a conservative approach. I would imagine a team this talented, you go a little bit more explorative. You do 4-3-3, right? Or you do 4-4-2, self. Put two strikers on the field. You have the creative players to back it up. So why don't you do it? Right? But he didn't do any of that, and he played 4-2-3-1. And Ronaldo sadly didn't get the supply because Congo were good. They knew that they were going to defend, and they defended. That goal they even scored cross and nod off of open play. It was looking like a corner, kind of. So they didn't create that many chances. And it's not on Ronaldo that they didn't do. That's not his role in the team today. It's not on him that they didn't create chances. It's on the coaching and how the coaching was done today. And I don't think Martinez can pull it off. Honestly, I said so before, like when we were talking during 3 weeks ago, when Prem was still on, that Martinez, look at what he did with Belgium's golden squad. Everybody has said the same comment. He will make that team work. And he still hasn't learned, right? So that's where we are.
So to be clear, you and Cincy are in agreement.
Yeah. Today
for the first time.
But overall, Messi is the GOAT. He knows.
We all know that.
I don't have to.
But that's not the topic tonight. Cincy, don't react. Cincy, don't react. That's not the topic tonight.
This Messi is the GOAT. It's like if you are unsure.
But he's the GOAT now.
No,
Cincy, you are unsure about it.
Cincy, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
No.
Don't fall for it.
No, it's true now. The reason why
we want you to accept it and be happy about it.
Argue is because they are unsure about it.
No.
Because
you know where me I stand. And you can't do that to a GOAT now.
What?
Okay, guys, let's move on. If we start good debates tonight, we won't end. Panama, Croatia. DG.
Croatia.
Just like that.
Yeah.
No.
There's similarities with anytime I watch Croatia play, they're kind of like having similarities with Czech Republic.
Czech, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we lost DG.
Okay. Yeah, and they do a lot of set piece. They have the height.
And we'll keep it moving. We already have a prediction, DG. We can't hear you right now.
I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
hear you now.
Oh, okay. I said Croatia. Yeah, I said Croatia. I'll give it to Croatia because they are better than Panama. Panama and what was this other team? Jordan will probably be the people to go. Karika and 80.
Okay.
They should just be ready. Yeah. So
They just have to participate to mark attendance.
yeah, so someone has to go home.
Yeah,
It's all the same.
All right. Colombia, DR. Cincy. That's a good game. Or that will be a good game.
Yeah, physicality, balance. Boom.
Cincy, that's for you.
Good game.
Cincy.
Oh, from which one? What game? Colombia.
Colombia.
Man,
Yeah.
honestly, I see Congo get another draw here, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see them get another
That would
draw.
be good for them if they can pull off the win against Uzbekistan, right? That would be great for them actually. Okay. All right. Finally, England, Ghana. UD, your people. Two sides of your people.
Uh, Ghana, I think Ghana are going to learn why England are one of the favorites this World Cup.
Yeah. After seeing what Ghana played, and how lucky they were to just get back. I mean,
they're
they
too
scored.
strong. England is too strong, so I don't think they start to see any kind of hiccups. I think I'm surprised on how they considered those 2 goals. I think they would have to do some tweaks. I'm surprised they're starting Stones. He didn't play a lot this season, you know.
Well, that answers your question. That's why they considered those 2 goals.
Yeah,
one of the goals
good.
it was him that he was
he's good, but I don't see him being needed. I think he's the kind of center back in this competition. He's the kind of center back you start on like match week 3 when you've won your first 2 games, not this first one. He's useful and he will be good for them in the league because he's good at playing the ball at his feet. He's good at passing and his pass accuracy is pretty high. But I think for this stage of the tournament where you're really just trying to get that team chemistry for the later stages, you should play somebody that you think can take you through the whole tournament this early. So they start getting those minutes in. I think Tuchel doesn't trust Gehi as well or as much, but he proved that he's game ready. Like he did okay at City, except for that back pass that won Arsenal the league. He did okay, you know, and he did very well at Crystal Palace to even be in the City squad. So he should trust him more. And he should be starting. Gehi should be starting ahead of Stones. I think that's the change I'll make. The rest of the back line, I think Reece James is still like this, but I don't know that they have better right now that I'll say should get into the game ahead of him. So they're okay. They will beat Ghana for sure, but they need to fix that back line. That's all.
That's all. Okay, fair. Quick fire questions. Does anyone disagree that England will beat Ghana? Okay, we all agree England will beat Ghana. Okay. Going back to the comments earlier about how far do you think the US will go? Digi, just give me your straight answer. How far do you think US will go? Digi.
I would say quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals. Cincy.
Do you get that?
Same.
Yeah.
UD.
It really depends on the opponent. You know, this one that the 3rd position team gets through, and a lot of the teams
right now we're just guessing. I think
it depends on the opponent. Honestly, if they meet a serious European team, that's a question mark for the next round. I think they get through their group stage very easily, but a solid European team in the top 15, I think they're out. I think that's.
So you're giving them round of 16 then?
I'm giving. No, not round of 16. I said top 16, like ranking wise, FIFA ranking wise, like a top 16.
No, I'm saying where do you think they're gonna go out, or where's the max thing they're gonna get?
If in the round of 32 they meet a top team, they're out. So that's it.
There is a round of 32, yeah. So 32,
there's a round of 32. So in the next round, if they meet a top team, they're out. In the following round, if they make it through round of 32, they'll definitely meet a top 15 team there, and I think they get out.
Okay. Fair. Final question. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup? Don't give me 2 names. Don't give me bots. Don't give me this. Don't give me that. Just give me a name. Cincy.
France.
DG.
Argentina.
I'll come back to you. UD.
Before the ball was kicked, I say Spain. I'm still sticking with it. It's hard because
I need the kind
I've
of
seen
conviction that Cincy had, guys.
I've seen the dynamics of the competition. I've seen the way the game is being played in this competition, and I don't know that Spain have the physicality to keep up with some of these teams. But they have a distinct way of playing,
Yeah,
and
sticking
when
to them,
push comes
sticking
to
with them.
shove, when it becomes very very technical, that would that would be what carries them through. But that physicality part is the part that's making me shake in my mind. That man, if some teams come and can push them around without anybody saying anything, that prediction is out the window. So for right now, till the end of the group stages, I'm sticking with Spain. I don't think that
Okay.
changing my mind yet. Yeah.
DJ, I heard you mention Argentina. You sticking with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair, fair, fair. All right, all right, all right. On that note, this has been great. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. Thank you, viewers, for watching to this point, and keep loving. I mean, liking, sharing, subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, we appreciate your viewership. Next round of the World Cup games, we'll do recording for that after the second round of the third round. We'll go round by round. And on that note, have a good night.
Take care. Take care.